Hi everyone, my name is Diane Russel. I'm in Washington, D.C. I'm going to talk about my experience as a remote lecturer in environmental anthropology during the pandemic. So I retired from the U.S. Agency for International Development in 2018, where I had been the senior social scientist in the Forestry and Biodiversity Office here in D.C. Before that, I worked for the World Agroforestry Center in Nairobi, working on the interface of agroforestry and biodiversity conservation. And even before that, I worked in Asia Pacific on a major USAID funded program that was implemented by the World Wildlife Fund, testing an enterprise-based approach to conservation. So I had a diversity of experience and issues that I wanted to share with students, and I reached out through the eAnth listserv, the Environmental Anthropology listserv, to see if anybody was interested in me being a lecturer in their classes. So during the pandemic, I got quite a number of replies, and I was fortunate enough to deliver lectures in different classes, got to know some new people, and got to reconnect with people that I had worked with in the past, and basically to reconnect with academic environmental anthropology, which was great. So the way I worked with professors was to first look at the syllabus, see the kinds of issues and resources that they were using in the class, figure out what I could contribute from my knowledge and experience, and then I developed a blog for the students. So excuse this low-tech approach, but I couldn't really figure out how else to share this with you. So this is just an example from a class that I taught in for Paige West, which was really exciting because this was a combined graduate and undergraduate class at Barnard, and I did my undergraduate in anthropology at Barnard 100 years ago, so that was really exciting, and Paige is one of my favorite people. I think she's just a fantastic environmental anthropologist, so I was really honored to be part of that class. So what I would share in the blog is, I give a little introduction to my work, and the kinds of interests that I have, and then we focus in on a topic. In this case, for Paige's class, we're looking at climate change mitigation and the issue of deforestation in tropical countries, and the kinds of regimes that have been developed to reduce deforestation and why those regimes have often been ineffective. So obviously I can't go through the resource here on my computer, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what I was offering to the students, and I will link to this resource in the notes for this video. So in this particular case, I talked about the problems that have come up with trying to implement very technocratic solutions to reducing deforestation and how those haven't worked. I linked to a blog by Professor Jack Putz at the University of Florida, where he has been going to the same site in Kalimantan, Indonesia for 25 years. And he found that after decades of work and investment by USAID and many other organizations into reducing deforestation, that hasn't actually happened, despite all the efforts. And he was trying to delve into why, in fact, these technocratic solutions had not worked. So I referenced some work of Tanya Lee, who is an anthropologist who worked in that area, and she talks about the diverse motivations of people living there and why some of them will want to actually collaborate with logging companies, and why some of them, on the other hand, want to save the forest and conserve the forest. So really getting into the ethnographic details there to understand the very complicated dimensions of deforestation, and that was an illustration for the students. And I was able to follow up with some students with some career advice, and I've really enjoyed doing this, and I look forward to talking more about it. Thank you.